Hi, everybody. This is Sheila from Vets 365. Hope everybody's doing good today. I have somebody I want to introduce you to today. This is Charles Hopper from LegalShield and IDShield, and he is a member of our team referral group out here in Las Vegas. I have been a member of LegalShield for a couple of years, and I really see the benefit of getting a membership with LegalShield. So I wanted to have Charles talk about what the product offers so you guys can consider this. Okay, Charles, please take it away and introduce yourself.
All right. Well, thanks for that great introduction, Sheila. Appreciate you allowing me to come on and talk a little bit about our products that we have with LegalShield and IDShield. Just a little bit about my background. I'm actually retired now. I'm a former transportation executive and did that for about 40 years. And I actually found out about LegalShield about 12 years ago. I actually picked up a magazine of all places in a manicure shop and started reading about this wonderful service that actually has been around now for almost 50 years, but most people don't know about what LegalShield does or even that it exists. And just a little bit about the company itself. It actually started, like I say, about 48 years ago through the advent of an accident. Actually, the founder, he was in an accident in central Oklahoma. Got sued for that accident, which he was not at fault. He was a teacher by day and an insurance salesman in the evening, and had a bunch of different types of insurances and stuff. But he was sued by the person who actually who actually caused the accident, and he had to go to court and defend himself. And he had insurances for everything else, but he didn't have legal insurance. He said, "Man, I don't want to be in that position ever again." So he went around looking for some and found out in 1969, when the accident happened, there was no such thing. So he started a company at that time called Prepaid Legal Services, now known as LegalShield. So a little bit about our products and stuff. Well, excuse me, let me back up and just say, I said that because I wanted folks to know that this service actually started out of a need, not out of greed. He wasn't looking to make money. He was just looking to help people. So a little bit about our services. We actually have two services, one called LegalShield, the other one called IDShield. They're actually complementary services. Basically, what LegalShield does is gives a person and their family, immediate family, access to something most of us have never had access to, and that is top quality lawyers all across North America. So if you have a LegalShield plan, you're actually covered in all 50 states and also in Canada as well. And so what it does is the LegalShield part actually gives you access to attorneys where you can ask questions about anything and get legal advice on anything that you might need. So basically, if you have something big today, if you have something small today, you have a toll-free number in all the different states. There's provider law firms in all our states, and you can call up and you can get advice and counsel on an unlimited number of issues anytime you need that. And we actually have an app now where you can tap the app and you can actually get help. It also helps with contracts and document reviews on your personal contracts, those types of things. So you never have to worry about signing anything without knowing exactly what you're signing. And if the attorneys, after a consultation with you, feel that a letter or phone call to a third party is something that would be useful, they will do that for you and so that's just a huge benefit right there. We also have what we call protection from the IRS. Of course, everybody's always kind of nervous about that or whatever, but you have 50 hours that you have of IRS protection and stuff on each year's taxes or whatever. So if you're ever audited on your personal taxes, LegalShield can help with that as well. And then we also have if you're sued, we have protection for that. And that actually starts out with 60 hours of coverage in your first year, and it goes all the way up to 300 hours that you have sitting there for you and your family members in your 5th year of coverage. So that's something great. One of the most important parts that we have with our services and stuff is our 24/7 protection. And what that is 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can actually tap that app and you can get an attorney on the phone with you no matter where you are in the United States, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're ever maybe being detained or arrested or feel uncomfortable, because an officer has asked you some questions, maybe a CPS shows up on your doorstep to take away your minor children, or if you're ever in an accident where there's injuries and stuff, 24/7, 365 days a year, you and your covered family members have that kind of access. We also have access for non-felony moving violations. Maybe you're a little over speed limit or something like that. LegalShield, I actually had that happen to me one time when since I've had the coverage and stuff, and the attorney actually went to court for me while I was at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, got it reduced to a non-move violation. And it's not about bad people doing worse things, but we all know we probably pay too much for auto insurance. That way it keeps those rates down, especially if you have teenage drivers. So all those coverages and much, much more is available through for you with the LegalShield membership. And anything that I didn't talk about right there, we also have discounted services and stuff, at least 25% off the attorney's normal hourly rate. So you never, ever pay full price for an attorney again. About 85% is covered under your plan. Anything outside that, you get a deep discount. Our second service we have, IDShield, the best of the best. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that talk about being able to monitor and that type of stuff. IDShield does all that as well. They're monitoring everything from my credit cards all the way, through my passports and everything else. So I don't worry about that type of thing. But here's where we stand apart from everyone else. If you're ever compromised, you or one of your covered family members or whatever, we have a team of licensed private investigators through IDShield. And basically what you do is you let them know, or through one of the push alerts that you've been compromised or whatever, they'll go to work for you, basically sign a one-page power of attorney, and they go to work for you as you and for you to put your ID back together like it was pre-theft status. So all that there is available to you. Our plans run around $25 a month for the legal plan for the individual or family, and also around $25 a month for the IDShield plan. If you're an individual, you can get that plan for about $10 a month. So it's very, very affordable. If you have any questions about that, certainly, you're welcome to get a hold of me, and we can, take you through what it, would mean for you and your family. And we also have business plans for small businesses as well. So that's the general description of what we do with LegalShield. I'll always be a LegalShield member, and they've helped me and my family on numerous occasions and stuff over the last dozen years I've been with them. So thank you for letting me share.
That's amazing. I've learned some stuff today about LegalShield I didn't even realize that they covered. So I also just wanted to comment and say I feel very comforted about the IDShield protection that we have, because I could sign up with somebody else, and get the same type of coverage, but it's nice to have it all in one, inclusive. And I want to tell everybody I've had LegalShield for a while now, and I haven't had any issues. There's times I've thought about calling a lawyer, but I didn't have to. Everything worked out, but it's nice to know that they're there. And it's also nice to know that when you see all these advertisements of different lawyers, they have specific lawyers in your area that are going to help you. So you don't have to worry about who you're, talking to. All right, so that's great. Is there anything else, Charles, that you wanted to tell our audience before we give them your contact information?
Well, what I went through is great. What I love about LegalShield, one thing I would add is this. You can call. You don't have to worry about whether you think it might be a legal issue or a legal problem. You can just tap that app and get a hold of your provider law firm, and you can basically talk to them about anything. And even if you just have a general question, they can help you figure that out. And so that's what I love about it. You don't have to check your wallet before you check your rights, because there's never ever a bill that comes as a result of that conversation. So and so would you like for me to give my contact information?
Yeah, let's do that, and then I'm going to post it with the video afterwards.
Okay. So my contact information, again, is Charles Hopper. My direct line is 206-387-7589, and you can call that anytime. If I don't pick up, just go ahead and leave me a phone message. And for my website is HopperC, that's HOPPERC.WeAreLegalShield.com. And We Are Legal Shield is all one word. So HopperC.WeAreLegalShield.com. wearelegalshield.com. That'll take you, directly to my site, my personal Legal Shield site, where you can go on and there's videos there. There's explanation of coverages, services, prices, and everything else are right there. So anytime you want to do that, that's fine. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Charles, so much. It was very informative, and I hope you folks have enjoyed this interview and consider looking into LegalShield for your services. All right, have a good day, everybody, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you.